So I quit veganism 2 years ago, and this is what happened to my body. As someone who used to be plant-based and doing the whole things, the right things, organic foods, whole foods, high carb, low fat diet, I was plant-based for 8 years and I thought I was doing all the right things until I had to have my back against the wall and change what I was eating, that I turned to the carnivore diet eventually and have committed myself to it for a long period of time to heal my gut. And when I left veganism, I just felt better. Now, I didn't have the pain anymore of a foggy brain, tiredness, feeling lethargic, losing my hair. Now I have a whole lot of hair and I sleep well at night and my stomach isn't bloated. So I have gotten away from the pain I was feeling during those 8 years of being plant-based to now just eating a completely different diet. And I can say that when I was on the plant-based diet, you guys, I thought I was doing it the right way, and I was doing it the right way, organic whole foods with multivitamins, taking iodine, B12, and doing all the right things, and yet I did not feel fantastic. I also took antibiotics and Accutane for many years before. Well, I took antibiotics for many years before I went plant-based, and then I also took Accutane for a few months. I think it was like 6 months within 1 year before I went plant-based. And it did help. Specifically, I did it for my acne, but it did not help my gut. And I thought plant-based would help my whole body. And at that time, you guys, I didn't even know about gut issues. Gut wasn't even a thing. Like, the brain is connected to the gut wasn't even popular back then. And when I was plant-based, you guys, it was already when I had gut issues. So I exacerbated all the issues in my body. And I didn't even know I had gut issues, but I had issues that I was aware of. I just ignored it because I thought I was doing the healthy diet. And I just ignored it and I kept doing the plant-based diet, thinking it was going to get rid of the issues in my body over the years, trying to like pivot some parts of the diet to better myself. And it didn't better myself. It made it worse. It exacerbated my gut because, like I said, my gut was already worse. It was already bad when I did the plant-based diet, and now I exacerbated it because I was eating so much sugar, so much fruit, and I thought fruit was like okay, and sugar from fruit was the best because it's sugar from fruit. Fruit is great. It's good for you. It's not. Any large amount of sugar is not good for you, no matter where it came from. And so I was feeding the bad colonies with sugar. The bad colonies in my stomach was overtaking already the good colonies, and it was exacerbating the issues, the overgrowth in my stomach. It was breaking down the gut lining, and I was starting to have IBS, and it grew into a bigger thing, and I started to have rashes on my skin. I started to have eczema, which I've never had. And that resulted from a result of SIBO in my stomach. And then my gut lining started to deteriorate because I started to get sick, guys, every 2 months. And at that point, though, I wasn't even plant-based. At that point, I wasn't even carnivore either. I was already eating meat, but I was eating a lot of sugar and meat. And my body was not used to eating so much sugar and so much animal fat, that it was so used to eating sugar, a lot of sugar, that when I incorporated animal fat and still kept the sugar, it didn't know what to do. And my stomach could not handle it. And it resulted in me just feeling horrible and getting sick every 2 months and having a sore throat and coughing. It was just not good. And so I decided, okay, let me do the carnivore diet because that is what my health coach told me, because he was going through something similar. He was plant-based for 10 years and he thought he was doing okay. He thought he was doing all the right things until he started to feel like crap despite doing the right things, just like I did. And he had gut issues as well as I did. And he said, okay, let me just eat a piece of meat and don't eat sugar and see how I feel. And he said he felt amazing. He stopped having lethargy, a foggy brain. He could think clearly, have more energy. He didn't have low energy anymore. He didn't have to take as much caffeine as before. And that's where I was like, oh my gosh, all right. Have I known this? If I had known this earlier, I would have avoided all this pain. And that's why I created this video for you guys, because For those of you who are currently plant-based and you have gut issues and you don't know why, and you think you're doing all the right things, I would suggest to look into the carnivore diet. Like, eat animal fats, steak, grass-fed butter, and see how you feel, and take out the sugar. And if you can, take it out completely. Because when you do, you're not feeding the bad colonies in your stomach. You will reduce your symptoms of SIBO. Your gut will start to finally heal because now it has room to think to heal. And you won't have as much inflammation as you did before. So guys, I feel way better. I'm away from all that pain, all the anxiety, anguish, the mood swings, and the tiredness and lethargy and foggy brain. I'm way far away from that, and I want that for you too. So in regards to that, I created a free video guide just for you about the 7 mistakes that you are committing that is not healing your gut, and I placed it down in the description box down below, okay? I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.